7. Smaller businesses need smarter cybersecurity. The small business cybersecurity myth. Mark had built his company from the ground up. What started as him and a van installing heating and cooling systems had grown into a thriving business with a small fleet of technicians, a warehouse full of equipment, and a customer base spanning businesses and homeowners. Thermatech Services was now the go-to company in the region for heating, cooling, and plumbing solutions. Business was booming, and Mark had little time to think about things that didn't directly generate revenue. His team was fully booked weeks in advance. His phone was constantly ringing, and between new installations and emergency repairs, he barely had a moment to breathe. So when Luke, a longtime friend and cybersecurity professional, casually asked, "How's your cybersecurity?" Mark almost laughed. "Cybersecurity?" Mark scoffed. "Come on, Luke. We install heating and air conditioning, not top-secret military tech." Luke smiled knowingly. "I get it. But let's think about what you really handle. You store customer addresses, payment details, and service records. Your guys access job schedules through an app. You take deposits online. What happens if someone locks you out of your system tomorrow?" Mark frowned. "Well, I'd call my IT guy. And what if your IT guy is locked out too? What if your scheduling app is hacked and your whole team can't see their job sites? What if someone whites your invoices and you can't get paid?" Mark leaned back in his chair, suddenly less confident. "Wait, that actually happens?" Luke nodded. "Happens all the time. Small businesses like yours are prime targets because attackers know you don't have the time or the team to worry about security. They hit you with ransomware, lock up your data, and demand a few €1,000s to get it back. And since you can't afford days of downtime, you pay. That's how they make their money." Mark had always assumed hackers went after banks, hospitals, and big corporations. He had never thought about how his business, his customer records, his invoices, his scheduling software could be a target. He thought about the way his team worked. His technicians accessed their job lists on their personal phones. His office manager handled all invoicing and payments through a cloud-based service. He'd never really considered whether that data was safe or what would happen if something went wrong. "What are the odds, though?" he asked, still skeptical. Luke exhaled. "You're thinking about this the wrong way. Hackers don't sit around choosing their targets one by one. They use bots that scan the internet, looking for easy openings. If your systems have weak passwords, outdated software, or unprotected access points, you're not being targeted, you're just found." Mark tapped a pen on the table. He didn't like the sound of that. "Look, I get it," Luke continued. "You're busy, but security isn't about stopping some Hollywood-style hacker. It's about making sure your business doesn't get locked down, scammed, or drained because of something that could have been avoided." Mark sighed. "All right, what's the first thing I should do?" Luke grinned. "Let's start by making sure you're the one in control of your own business, not some guy behind a keyboard in another country. The invisible CISO. Most small business owners don't wake up thinking about cybersecurity. You've got customers to serve, invoices to send, and a business to grow. You're juggling operations, managing employees, and making sure the numbers add up at the end of the month. Hiring a full-time chief information security officer. That sounds like something for big corporations with deep pockets. And sure, they need one, but so do you. You just don't need one sitting in your office full-time. Cyber threats don't wait for you to be ready. Attackers aren't sizing up your business. They're scanning for easy opportunities. Weak passwords, outdated systems, or a single careless click can open the door. Without someone keeping security in check, these risks add up fast. But before you start worrying about budgets and overhead, let's get practical. You don't need a full-time security executive to protect your business. You need security leadership, the mindset, strategies, and actions that keep your business safe while staying lean and efficient. Think of security leadership as a function, not a person. You can achieve CISO-level protection without hiring a six-figure executive. The trick is to bake security into your daily operations, just like you would with safety measures or customer service. For example, if you own a construction company, you probably have strict safety guidelines for your crew. Nobody questions why you enforce hard hats and harnesses. It's just part of doing the job right. Cybersecurity should be no different. But let's be honest. You don't have time to become a cybersecurity expert overnight. That's why you delegate, automate, and outsource smartly. A security consultant, a part-time advisor, or even a trusted IT partner can help you set up the right processes without adding another full-time salary to your books. Practical steps to build security leadership. Here's how to bring security leadership into your business without hiring a CISO. 1. Appoint an internal security champion. Every company needs a go-to person for security decisions. It doesn't have to be someone with deep technical knowledge. It just needs to be someone who ensures security tasks don't get ignored. Maybe it's your office manager, your IT lead, or even yourself. The goal is to have someone responsible for keeping security on the radar. 2. Use outside expertise when needed. You don't need a full-time CISO, but you do need a trusted security advisor. This could be a consultant who helps assess risks, an IT provider who manages security updates, or an outsourced security team that monitors threats. The key is to have someone who knows what they're doing, even if it's just a few hours a month. 3. Automate security basics. Many security tasks don't require human effort at all, just the right tools. Password managers, multi-factor authentication, and automated software updates keep attackers at bay without adding to your workload. Set these up once and they'll protect you 24/7. AI-powered predictive DNS security adds another layer of protection by blocking malicious websites before they can even reach your network. It proactively prevents phishing attacks, malware infections, and command and control communications without disrupting daily operations. It's easy to implement on your network and mobile devices, cost-effective, and works in the background without you having to lift a finger. 4. Make security a habit, not a hassle. Training your employees doesn't have to be a big production. Simple, ongoing reminders about phishing scams, password hygiene, and secure device usage can prevent most attacks. You don't necessarily need fancy courses, just regular conversations that reinforce good habits. 5. Plan for the what-if scenario. If a cyber attack happens, what's your plan? Do you know who to call? How to recover your data? Having a basic incident response plan in place can mean the difference between a minor inconvenience and a business-ending disaster. And no, it doesn't have to be complex, just a clear checklist of steps to take if something goes wrong. 6. Consider moving to Linux Ubuntu, especially in a full SaaS environment. If most of your operations run on SaaS tools, switching to a Linux OS like Ubuntu may be worth exploring. With fewer vulnerabilities than Windows and a smaller attack surface, Linux offers strong security and lower maintenance, ideal for small teams without full-time IT support. Browser-based workflows work well on Linux, so the switch often doesn't require major changes. Updates are quick and efficient, and the system resists many common malware and ransomware attacks. You don't have to go all in. Start with a non-critical device to test it. For SaaS-heavy businesses aiming for long-term security and simplicity, it's a shift worth considering. You don't need a full-time CISO to have strong security leadership. You just need a clear plan, the right people in the right roles, and simple, effective processes that don't slow your business down. The best security is about smart decisions that keep your business running smoothly. So ask yourself, if a cyber incident hit your business tomorrow, would you be ready? If the answer isn't a confident yes, now's the time to start. It doesn't take much to put the basics in place, but waiting until it's too late, that's a risk no small business can afford. Balancing in-house versus outsourced security. How do you strike the right balance between keeping security in-house and outsourcing critical functions? Some businesses try to manage security entirely in-house, thinking it will save money or keep them in full control. But unless you have a dedicated, well-trained security team, this can be a dangerous illusion. Security isn't a set-it-and-forget-it function. It requires ongoing monitoring, rapid response capabilities, and constant adaptation to new threats. For example, software updates and firewall configurations might seem straightforward, but what about incident response? Threat hunting? Compliance audits? Without the right expertise, small misconfigurations or overlooked vulnerabilities can expose your business to serious risks. When to keep security in-house? There are certain cybersecurity tasks that most businesses can and should manage internally, even without a full-time security team. These include basic cyber hygiene, training employees on phishing risks, password security, and safe browsing habits, access management, controlling who has access to what data, enforcing multi-factor authentication, MFA, and deactivating former employees' credentials, patching and updates, ensuring all systems, applications, and software are regularly updated to prevent exploits, business continuity planning, maintaining secure, up-to-date backups, and having a clear incident response plan. These responsibilities don't require deep technical expertise, just a strong process and accountability. A designated internal security champion, someone who ensures these basics don't get ignored, can make all the difference. When outsourcing makes sense, cybersecurity is complex, and for small businesses, some areas are better handled by experts. Outsourcing security functions to manage security service providers, MSSPs, or trusted cybersecurity partners can give you access to enterprise-grade protection without the overhead of hiring a full team. Key areas where outsourcing provides the most value include 24/7 threat monitoring. Cyber attacks don't keep business hours. Having a security provider that continuously watches for threats and responds in real time is invaluable. Incident response and recovery. If a breach happens, having an expert team to contain, analyze, and remediate the attack can be the difference between a minor setback and a business-ending disaster. Advanced threat detection. AI-driven tools can predict and prevent attacks, but they require expertise to configure and manage properly. Compliance and regulatory guidance. If your business handles sensitive data, navigating GDPR, PCI DSS, or other industry regulations can be overwhelming. Security partners can ensure you stay compliant. Finding the right balance. The key isn't choosing in-house or outsourced security, it's finding the right mix. A hybrid approach often works best, where your team handles daily security hygiene while a trusted partner provides expertise and around-the-clock monitoring. One strategy is to outsource high-risk, high-complexity areas like 24/7 monitoring and incident response, while keeping low-risk, high-control tasks like password management and employee training in-house. This gives you the best of both worlds, strong security leadership without overextending your resources. Small Business Cybersecurity Decision Matrix. Use this matrix to decide which security functions to handle in-house, combine with external support, or fully outsource based on complexity and risk. Visualize a 4-columns table. Security task, DIY in-house, hybrid, internal plus external support, fully outsourced. In that table, you would have a number of items, things like password security, software updates, network protection, and so on. For each, you have the 3 options from the header of that table to choose what's best for you. For example, password security, DIY would be use password manager, enforce strong policies. Hybrid might be train employees. External audits and fully outsources could be rarely necessary. A second example might be software updates, enable auto updates on all devices. IT monitors, external checks, typically covered internally. Next could be network protection, basic firewall and secure Wi-Fi. Then AI-powered predictive DNS, etc. For the full details, go to oscarcoach.eu/cyberaudio. How to use this matrix. 1. Assess your current security setup. Identify which tasks your business is already handling well. Pinpoint weaknesses where security gaps exist. 2. Understand your risk level. Are you storing sensitive customer or financial data? Does your business fall into a high-target industry? Finance, healthcare, e-commerce. 3. Match security tasks to resources. If you have an internal IT lead, determine what they can handle effectively. Identify critical areas that require external expertise. 4. Make a clear decision plan. In-house. Implement tools, set policies, and train staff. Hybrid. Assign responsibilities internally and supplement with external experts. Outsource. Invest in specialized vendors to manage critical security operations. Next steps. If you're unsure where to start, begin by outsourcing a security audit or engaging an external advisor to assess your risks. Implement AI-powered predictive DNS security to proactively block threats before they reach your network. Schedule quarterly security reviews to adjust your strategy as your business scales. By balancing in-house efforts with outsourced expertise, you can build a security program that's effective, scalable, and cost-efficient. The goal isn't to outsource responsibility. It's to make smart decisions about where security leadership lives in your business. With the right mix, you can protect your company without breaking the bank or slowing down growth. Cost-effective strategies for small teams. Running a small business means making smart choices with limited resources. You can freely use this list for inspiration, as well as a check-off guide. It's not meant to be exhaustive or serve as specific advice, but it can help you get started and dive deeper into what matters most for your business. 1. Prioritize the basics. 80-20 rule for security. Not all security measures are equal. Focus on the 20% of actions that prevent 80% of threats. Use a password manager. No more weak or reused passwords. Enable multi-factor authentication, MFA. Blocks unauthorized access even if a password is stolen. Keep software updated. Auto-update operating systems, apps, and plugins. Secure your Wi-Fi. Change default passwords and use WPA3 encryption. Train employees regularly. Phishing awareness reduces human error. 2. Leverage free and low-cost security tools. You don't need expensive enterprise software to stay secure. Many powerful tools are free or affordable. AI-powered predictive DNS filtering blocks malicious sites before they can reach your network. Endpoint and cloud protection. Many software licenses include this. If not, affordable providers offer secure, user-friendly options. Let's encrypt SSL. Free HTTPS encryption for your website. Security awareness training. Free resources from government cybersecurity agencies. Open source firewalls. pfSense, OPNsense. Enterprise-grade security at a fraction of the cost. 3. Automate security where possible. Many security tasks can run in the background without human effort. Automated backups. Use cloud-based solutions to ensure data is always recoverable. Self-updating security tools. Configure firewalls, antivirus, and patch management to update automatically. AI-driven email security. Prevent phishing by filtering out malicious messages. 4. Outsource what you can't do in-house. Hiring a full-time cybersecurity expert isn't realistic for most small teams. Instead, outsource strategically. Virtual CISO, VCISO. Fractional security leadership without the full-time cost. Manage detection and response, MDR. 24/7 threat monitoring without an internal SOC. Penetration testing as a service, PTAS. On-demand security testing for critical vulnerabilities. Compliance assistance. External firms help with GDPR, NIS2, ISO 27001, or SOC2 requirements. 5. Build security into daily operations. Cybersecurity shouldn't feel like an extra burden. Integrate simple habits into existing workflows. Use role-based access controls, RBAC. Give employees only the permissions they need. Implement security checklists. Quick, repeatable processes for handling sensitive data. Hold 5-minute security stand-ups. Quick weekly reminders on best practices. Enforce least privilege policies. Employees get access only to what's necessary. 6. Plan for the worst without spending a fortune. Preparing for cyber incidents doesn't require a massive budget, just smart planning. Create a basic incident response plan. Define steps for handling security breaches. Use free forensic tools. Open source solutions can help with investigation. Have an emergency IT contact. Know who to call when things go wrong. Test recovery processes quarterly. Ensure backups actually work. The bottom line, Small teams don't need big budgets to stay secure. They need smart, cost-effective strategies. Focus on the essentials, use automation, and outsource where needed. Cybersecurity is about doing the right things consistently. A little effort today can prevent a costly disaster tomorrow. The best time to start? Right now.